Hello and welcome to Mountain to Lake Realty Showcase here on Cable 12. I'm Bob Parcell.
And I'm Steve Furrow.
Thank you very much for watching. Our company website will be on your screen at some point, which is mountaintolake.com, and all of our contact information is there. We'll be glad to meet you when your schedule permits.
Yeah, we'd love to visit with you if you're buying or selling property. Our office is located in uptown Rocky Mount there at 195 South Main Street. Stop in and have a chat with us. Tell us about your interests and let us share with you a little bit of the experience and the knowledge that is at Mountain to Lake Realty. Mm-hmm. Well, Bob, here we are. First kind of full week of January. The groundhog came out and
February, Steve. I'm
sorry, Bob. I said February, didn't I?
It's okay. It's the worst mistake you make, you'll be okay.
Well, Bob, the groundhog came out. Did he see his shadow?
I don't think he did.
Yeah?
I'm not sure.
Does it mean 6 more weeks of winter or no?
I'm not sure. I'm hoping it's 6 more weeks of winter personally.
Are you?
I like it.
You like the cold weather?
Well, I think it needs to be cold a while.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, I believe, and again, it's hard to believe what you see, but I think that that the old groundhog predicted that spring is coming sooner than later. I think is what happened. Okay. So, with that being said,
that says a lot. We base our weather predictions on a groundhog.
Well,
doesn't it?
That's
all you got to know.
We are here at Cable 12, and
the resident Jamie, they have a groundhog.
The resident expert here, Jamie Singleton, will always get us straight.
He's doing better than me. He's got 30% accuracy.
Okay. I hear you. All right. Well, Bob, let's talk a little bit about the housing market.
Okay.
As we talk about in the first week of February, inventory still continuing to tick up a little bit?
It is, and I'm just from my standpoint pleasantly surprised how busy things have been in January, the first week of February. Typically that's a little bit slower time, but not this year.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's a sign of things that will continue. But definitely in my opinion there's a larger inventory of homes.
And when we say that, inventory is still at most of us would consider an all-time low, relatively speaking. But we do see the inventory levels rising up a little bit, maybe a little longer in days on the market from that standpoint. A lot of buyer demand, though. It's fair to say, Bob.
Sure.
I mean, you talked about how busy you are. A lot of buyer demand. So that's all positive if you're interested in selling. And as a buyer, guys, we talk about this all the time, but you got to be ready. You got to have talked with the lender. You need to get pre-approved. Sit down with us and give us a chance to talk you through the purchase agreement so that when the house comes on the market, you're focused on the house and not on all these other things that potentially are hanging out there, because it can get stressful.
That's absolutely true.
So
you need to look at as many properties as you can. It's very educational. It's kind of hard to walk into a house and say, I'm going to buy this home. If you walked in 6, 7, we'll say, then potentially you're easier to make that decision. And like Steve said, we'll be more than happy to go over the various documents so when you're ready to make an offer, you're not concerned or you're well aware of everything in the various documents. And then always have a pre-approval letter. You may have the best credit in the world and no doubt you can obtain a loan, but the seller doesn't know that.
That's right.
So
that's right.
Get those 2 things behind you and we'll be glad to show you anything of interest.
You bet. Mm-hmm. And talk a little bit about stress maybe, Bob. We'll mention the reassessment has kind of hit the mailboxes, if you will, of a lot of the Franklin County residents, town of Rocky Mount, etc. Let's talk a little bit about that, Bob.
Okay.
So, in your words, when I say reassessment, what are we talking about?
Well, one of the things that benefited me greatly is in 2012 and in 2016 I was on something called a Board of Equalization, where when the assessments come out, if you want to challenge your tax assessment, some people want it higher, most want it lower, you can come in and have a discussion with the Board of Equalization, try to get that changed. I think the first thing that used to be that you could have a direct conversation with the assessor, then the Board of Equalization, and then maybe even go to court. But the Board of Equalization doesn't represent anything in the county. We had some surveyors there, so if you had a large tract of land, they might could look at the topo maps and the road frontage and get an idea of how much land potential you had, because surveyors can look and see about subdivisions, where the land is good for that. We had agents who knew the lake area, different areas. So if you were challenging your assessment, there was a way to do that. But our assessments come out once every 4 years.
And
So our assessments that were there, let's say last week, were supposed to be the value of your house as of January 1st, 2020.
Okay.
The assessments now supposedly is the value of your home January 1st, 2024. So to say that prices have changed from January of 20 to 2024 is a major understatement. So that, they don't assess our homes every year. So some people say, well, my assessment last year was this amount. Well, really it was the assessment from 2020.
Yep.
The exception might be if maybe you had a lot on the lake and you put a dock on it and got a building permit, or you put an addition on your house, then they may reassess it because of that.
Yep.
In the interim, I'm not positive, but I think so. So what you got to keep in mind is, it's the value as of 4 years ago compared to now. And my opinion is the Board of Supervisors has nothing to do whatsoever with the assessment value. They might change the tax rate. And they got a lot going on too with some potential school closings.
Right, certainly.
But to me, if you look at your tax assessment and you say, I would not sell my property for this, in my opinion, you really don't have an argument that it's too high.
Right. Certainly.
And they actually, again, I was very fortunate to be on that Board of Equalization, because people come in with their tax assessment, like when we look at homes, and sometimes incorrectly call it an appraisal. They don't go in our homes.
That's right.
But actually, I was very impressed with all the technology and the sophistication of what those assessors do. The county hires them, and they do. If you think about putting a value on every property in this county without even walking in the home, that's a tough job.
That it is.
But I assume they being the Board of Supervisors will modify the tax rate. But the thing to keep in mind again is what you're getting in the mail today compared to what it was 4 years ago, obviously, it's going to be a big difference in this market.
That's what the take home, two take homes, I think, from what you're telling us, Bob, is that an assessment, the taxes that you pay has to be based off of some amount. And that amount needs, from all discussion purposes, needs to be fair to everyone throughout.
Well, that's where the term the term equalization comes from.
Right.
If, for argument's sake, properties are selling higher in Wirtz than Henry, then they try to make it equal.
Yeah. And that's the point the reassessment is trying to better reflect the value of the property based off of where it was from 2020 to now 2024. So that to me, that's a big take home that you want to do there. And the second take home is, Bob, we can attest, property values have appreciated from 2020 to 2024. There's no doubt in our minds that that's happened. Is that a fair statement as well, Bob?
Unbelievably, they've increased. There's no doubt.
So we're not standing here telling you that we agree with everything that's going on, but we can all agree on that property values have increased in the county from 2020 to 2024, and so the expectation or the thought that that value shouldn't go up is probably, well, I just think it has very little merit today.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they're required to do assessments, and the goal is to determine the value of your property as of January 1st of 2024.
You bet. All right. Well, speaking of
people should be happy we can do an assessment every year, because you've been paying taxes on the 2020 assessment for years. If it had been assessments in 21, 22, and 23, those values would be close to where they are now.
They would have,
if not higher.
Certainly. Well, speaking of properties, let's talk about some new listings, Bob. You got
It's a good idea for a real estate show.
Yeah, man. How about telling us about the one here on Webster Road? Does it have a Glade Hill address?
It does, and very close to Cable 12. Extremely updated home. This is off of Webster Road, the Glade Hill address, not far from Brooks Mill. A very usable 2+ acres. Hopefully some pictures will show you and reflect that. Good garden spot, nice attached garage we'll show you. Has a full walkout basement, 1,260 square feet on the entry level. Many, many updates, including roof, heat pump, new well, refinished hardwood floors in this picture, updated appliances you see in the kitchen. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. Great location. It's an unfinished basement. Let me just go over the list of updates here because that's one of the key selling points. The heat pump was put in last year, the roof in 2013, new well in 2020. 2017 upgrades include new hardwood floors in the kitchen and hall, refinished hardwood floors in the living room, new breaker box, new water heater, new drywall interior paint, kitchen appliances, updated plumbing, attic and wall insulation, new kitchen sink. So numerous updates, extremely usable 2 acres, very nice detached building. I'll be glad to give you more details for this extremely updated home, not far from Cable 12.
All right, so from Glade Hill, we're going to head to Wirtz. Constitution Boulevard in the Liberty Heights subdivision. Very nice brick home here in Liberty Heights. If you're not familiar with where Constitution Boulevard is, we'll just take it from Roanoke, would come south on 220. You turn left on Wirtz Road, come to the stop sign there at 122 Booker T. Washington, and then you would turn right. And of course, right on Freedom Lane, and then right on Constitution. And this home is the first home on your left there. But a very nice subdivision there in Liberty Heights. We've got this 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths. You do see the oversized attached garage there, for enough room for 2 cars. 3,500 total square feet here, this home, along with little over 2 acres of property. So, I'm going to step inside, get a chance to see the entry level. You've got a nice foyer, an open kitchen, dining room, family room. There, little dining area, kitchen, and family area. You can come around and get a few more shots here, but this home has been very well taken care of. It shows extremely well. You look at all that kitchen, prep space and storage area here, Constitution Boulevard. Of course, laundry is on the entry level. So the entry level, in addition to what we showed you here, we've got the primary bedroom, 2 additional bedrooms, a laundry, and a 2-car garage, all on the entry level. And the lower level is going to feature an open family room, a game room, and a kitchenette. Of course, a bedroom down there, storage area, and a full bath. Those are all on the lower level. You get a chance to see some of those. There's that kitchenette I talked about here on the lower level. But 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths. Come around to the back side of the home. You've got a nice deck off the back side of the home, as well as a covered patio underneath. See, and 2.2 acres is going to give you ample room for a garden, give you plenty of spot there for Fido to run around and play. Here's a shot off of the deck. You get a chance to see some of those views that exist there in Liberty Heights. This is Constitution Boulevard in Wirtz.
Next, we're going to travel to Martinsville City. We work with buyers and sellers in areas outside of Franklin on a regular basis. And Pony Place, again, is located off Fayette Street, where my first job was in Martinsville at Toltex Corporation back in the day, Steve.
I did not know that.
Yep, not far from this location. You can see the updates in this picture, and I see the windows there. It's an extensively remodeled home. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home with 768 square feet. Step inside, hopefully you'll notice the luxury vinyl flooring, fresh paint. Other updates include heat pump, water heater, light fixture, the appliances we just showed you. Of course, you're close to all the amenities of Martinsville in this location. Hard pressed to find a home with this amount of updates in this price range. So again, we work with buyers and sellers in areas outside of Franklin, including this home in Martinsville on Pony Place.
All right. Headed to another new listing here on English Road. 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, a little over 1,400 total square feet. But, when you think about one owner home, this home was built in 2020. You've got stainless steel appliances, got gas logs, luxury vinyl flooring, a cathedral ceiling, Trex decking. There's just a ton of updates here, and it's all on single level living. All on one level. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, a little over 1,400 total square feet. So we'll step inside and you get a chance to see some of those updates that we talked about. There's those stainless steel appliances, kitchen work area there, get those meals cranked out. Got a nice dining room area here. Of course, you can see the sliding doors goes out to that deck. We'll get a chance to see a little more of here. But here's a shot of the primary bedroom suite and bath. Of course, here's the outside going off the back deck. Nice Trex decking. Wonderfully landscaped here around. You think about a great spot to hang out, Bob. We talked about the weather earlier. It won't be long. We'll be sitting out in the hammock enjoying the sunshine. This is English Road in Rocky Mount. Well, from English Road and Rocky Mount, we're going to head to Ferrum. We have 40 West, about 14.5 miles out of the town of Rocky Mount. Turn left on Thompson Ridge, approximately half a mile on your right is this property, Thompson's Ridge Road. 73 acres. We think about descriptions of places, Bob. Winter wonderland, maybe a spring garden in the spring, summer oasis in the summer, and maybe a fall paradise. Those all things happen here on Thompson's Ridge. This is a really unique property. It is 73 acres. There is some access roads, some trails throughout. You've got road frontage on Thompson's Ridge as well as off of Hiawatha Road as well. But certainly a mixture of, there's a little bit of open land here you can see, a couple 3 acres, and the rest of it would be in timber. But great spot here on Thompson's Ridge. You did see the cabin there in the first picture. But there's multiple streams on this property, tons of wildlife. That's Thompson's Ridge Road in Ferrum.
Next, we'll come back to Rocky Mount for a couple of lots in an extremely nice subdivision with patio homes on Stony Mill Road, excuse me. It's off of Scufflin Hill. I've been fortunate to sell quite a few homes in here and some lots, and these 2 adjacent lots are included in this listing. So the price of $30,000 includes both lots 33 and 34. You certainly could build on each one individually. Some people recently have vacated a line in the middle and kind of built their home in the middle of 2 lots and created 1 lot. Of course, town water and sewer are available. Some really nice homes here. You do pay a yearly fee, which takes care of lawn maintenance, some landscaping, cleaning of your gutters. We'll give you a whole list of that. The older I get, paying a fee to have someone mow my yard done, get some leaves up doesn't sound too bad, or get some snow up. If it ever were to snow again, we have to ask the groundhog, I guess. But again, Stony Mill Road is in the town limits of Rocky Mount. 2 lots are included with this listing. It's a cul-de-sac, and they have a real private backyard if you were to build a house on these lots. Right there on the right.
We're going to head out to Beaumont Road. This is in Roanoke County, actually an Old Mountain Estate subdivision. You'll find this 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, a little over 1,800 total square feet, sits on 0.41 acres. Beaumont Road, if you were to take Old Mountain Road to Beaumont, this house would be on the right. There, of course, that is in Roanoke. But it's great, move-in ready. This home is pending. It's going under contract. But if for some odd reason that doesn't work out, we'll be glad to show it to you. We're going to give you a few quick pictures here as we move through, but you get a chance to see the dining area, the kitchen, or some living room area. Some really nice views here off of Beaumont Road. A unique property, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. Got a nice deck as well as a covered patio underneath. This is Beaumont Road in Roanoke.
As we'll travel to Floyd for this nice home in Willis. I was fortunate to work with the owners when they purchased it. And now they're buying a property in Craig County, so we've been going all over. But this is a very nice home, extremely usable, 5.69 acres. 2,448 square feet on the first floor. Also has a full walkout basement, 2-car garage underneath. Really nice black walnut wood countertops, open floor plan. This is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath home. Entry level has 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, and a half bath. Very usable lane, great views. Saying it has a garden space is an understatement. They've fenced the entire perimeter of the property, have a cow on this property, they have some chickens on the property, so they've done a phenomenal job with taking just under 6 acres and making it very efficient in how they use it. And so this home is under contract. We hope it closes as scheduled. And again, we'd be glad to work with the buyers in areas such as Willis and Floyd County.
All right. There's another under contract property on Iron Ridge Road in Rocky Mount. 7.6 acres, 3 bedrooms, 3 full baths, a little over 3,000, almost 3,200 square feet here. You get a chance to see the carport there, but a great property here on Iron Ridge Road. We'll run through some pictures here quickly. Give you a chance to step inside and see this updated brick ranch home. You've got a formal foyer as long as a formal living room with a bay window, formal dining room. Kitchen has been updated with stainless steel appliances. Got a nice built-in microwave, granite countertops, and a large dining area. You step outside, you get a chance to see that deck over the carport. Great spot here to take in and enjoy this setting on that 7.6 acres. You'll come around and see the lower carport that we talked about. This is a little bit of the backyard. A great spot here on Iron Ridge Road. You can see the storage building as well as some of that backyard. So a great spot for a dog or even, some chickens, as Bob was talking about there in his previous listing on Willis. But this is Iron Ridge Road and Rocky Mount.
Yes, we come back to this 1.5-story brick home in the heart of Boone's Mill with almost 7.5 acres. It's a 3-bedroom, 1 full bath, 1.5 bath home. Entry level has 1,008 square feet. Up there's 504, bringing your total square footage to 1,512. Also has a basement. Of course, you're going to have an easy commute to Roanoke from this home. Angel Lane in Boone's Mill is now under contract. Things are still moving pretty quickly.
Yes, sir. All right, we're going to head back to Martinsville. This is Roundabout Road. Happens to be in Henry County, or actually, Henry County. We've got 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, a little over 1,700 total square feet here with this home. It's move-in ready. It's been completely updated from the flooring and the kitchen appliances. You've got new paint. And we think about convenience. You're conveniently located to several amenities, grocery stores and restaurants. A chance to step inside and get a chance to see some of that new paint, new flooring, the new appliances I talked about. Look at those floors, man. As I mentioned, 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths. Here in this property is in Martinsville, Roundabout Road. From Memorial Boulevard, you turn left on Fayette Street, then left on Roundabout. You'll find this property there. I talk about 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, Roundabout Road in Martinsville. Sits on 0.29 acres. Here's a property that recently sold. We'll go quickly through this. This is White Oak Road, 3 bedrooms, 3 full baths, a little over 2,600 square feet. It's 49.25 acres. There was an additional single wide home on the property. You've got a pond. So there's a lot of things to talk about here with this specific property. But that will be White Oak Road. That's in a Boone's Mill area. But a great listing. We hope the new owner enjoys it all so much.
Just down the road from White Oak is where you'll find this home in Shannon Forest, in Autumn Circle. I had a home there at one time, so it's a really good location, convenient to Roanoke 2 different ways. Extensive updates in this home: roof, flooring, plumbing, electrical, windows. A great feature I like in any home is a nice screen porch. You see here, it leads into the dining area. You come in the front door or off the screen porch into the dining area and living room with one of 2 masonry fireplaces. There's also a bedroom and full bath on the entry level. See the stainless steel appliances, updated bath. Upstairs there's 2 additional bedrooms, large nice closets. There's a balcony off one of the bedrooms, an updated full bath. Then the lower level is where you'll find a family room with a 2nd masonry fireplace, 4th bedroom, half bath, mudroom you see here with a laundry area. Your total square footage is 2430, and you have a 2-acre lot. So extensive updates to this home. Again, this is in the Shannon Forest subdivision, which is off the Boonesville Road. So you can go down 116 to Roanoke, or 116 to Burnt Chimney, or back to Boone's Mill, 220 to Roanoke, or back to Rocky Mount. Nice masonry for chimney there on the left. Extensively updated.
Well, from Boone's Mill, we're going to come back towards Rocky Mount. So we'll be south on 220 from Boone's Mill. This property on Meadowbrook Drive happens to be, you would turn from 220 there, you pass Wirtz Road, you're headed south on 220, past Wirtz Road. You take the next right, which is Iron Ridge, turn right on Iron Ridge, then you turn on Meadowbrook Drive, and this home is on your right. 0.78 acres. Great location when you think about the convenience. You're right on 220 in no time. You could be headed north, south, and then just continue on to the north there, and you'll be there at Smith Mountain Lake in no time. But open great room, kind of is a mark here with this cathedral ceiling. You come in the kitchen and the dining area. A great spot to hang out, entertain friends, or take in the big Super Bowl game, But we'll get a chance to see the kitchen here. Got a nice island workspace for you there. It does have a attached garage underneath the property here. Sits on 0.78 acres, so you do have a little extra space there. Got the storage area to store those tools, maybe some garden tools, things like that. But this is Meadowbrook Drive in Rocky Mount.
Come back to this home within the town limits of Rocky Mount off of East Court Street, not far from our office on Orchard Avenue, extensively updated. I really like this covered front and side porch with new flooring. Classic 2-story brick home, has a partial basement. Entry level has 1,370 square feet. I just noticed the nice wood floors, fresh paint, updated doors throughout. There's 2 bedrooms on this level and 1 full bath. Very large kitchen, a good sized dining room. That door to the right leads to the side covered porch and a built-in china cabinet. Entry level updated full bath. You notice the doors have been replaced throughout the home. Also there's a laundry on the entry level to give you 1 level living, that you see in this picture. Also it's an updated deck on the back. Here's an entry level laundry. Upstairs, there's 4 additional bedrooms and a 2nd full bath, so you have a 6-bedroom, 2 full bath home. In a great location. The lot is extremely deep. I grew up just around the corner from here. This house was built in 1922 and much larger lots during that time period. But it's a very deep lot. Enabling you to have a lot of outside buildings. We'll show you in just a second. There's a 22 by 56 workshop, a 14 by 28 storage building, and there's that updated deck off the back. So you have a updated fronts and side porch as well as deck to take advantage of those good views in Rocky Mount.
So we're going to stay in Rocky Mount. This property is Hilltop Drive, 6 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. You do see the detached 2-car garage, as well as, if you look real closely, you can see the detached single-car garage there in the back. But we'll have to circle back around and catch up with this one next time, Bob. But great property there on Hilltop Drive in Rocky Mount. Mm-hmm. We certainly appreciate you all joining us. Bob, thank you for being a part of this with me. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time on the Mountain to Lake Realty Showcase.